According to German media, the SPD, Greens and FDP will start formal coalition negotiations this afternoon. Before the start of the official traffic light talks, the general secretaries of the SPD and FDP, Lars Klingbeil and Volker Wissing, as well as the Greens managing director Michael Kellner, appeared in front of the press. Klingbeil announced that the 22 working groups will start work next Wednesday and should submit their first papers by November 10. The main negotiating groups would then clarify the final details of the coalition agreement. The exploration talks have given us courage, says FDP General Secretary Volker Wissing. Hurdles have already been cleared. A coalition agreement with the SPD and the Greens should be in place by the end of November. The new federal chancellor, Olaf Scholz, should then be elected in the week commencing December 6. According to the Greens' federal manager Michael Kellner, the Greens are optimistic about coalition talks. This is also evident given Scholz is expected to be elected chancellor as early as the week commencing December 6, said Kellner. The traffic light parties SPD, Greens and FDP want to take over the government in the second week of December. Ahead of their meeting, a preliminary agreement stated last week that they intend to introduce a second pillar to the country's immigration system in order to attract skilled migrants. Describing Germany as a modern immigrant country, the paper says the next government would introduce a points system for attracting qualified specialists. The inclusion of the clause would mark a victory for the Liberal FDP, who have called for a new immigration system based on the Canadian model. The Canadian model judges potential migrants based on attributes including language skills, professional qualifications and job offers. Under the German rules, they would only apply to skilled workers from outside the European Union, as freedom of movement rules still apply for all EU citizens. Christian Lindner, the FDP leader, said on Friday, "We have had to make concessions, as is necessary in coalition talks." But the overall policy that is now emerging is a real gain for the country. Mr. Lindner has described himself as particularly pleased at the inclusion of the points-based immigration law. Across Germany, it is generally accepted that skilled labor is urgently needed to fill holes in the job market and to shore up the pension system. The pension system sucks nearly €100 billion (£84 billion) out the federal budget every year. Both the Greens and the SPD pledged to reform of migration rules in which the recognition of professional qualifications would be streamlined.